Breaking tonight, a lot happening during this show. Just announced, the president-elect has selected Pam Bondi as the next Attorney General of the United States. I'll read from this announcement from the president-elect. I'm proud to announce former Attorney General of the great state of Florida, Pam Bondi, as our next Attorney General of the United States. Pam was a prosecutor for nearly 20 years, where she was very tough on violent criminals and made the streets safe for Florida families. Then, as Florida's first female Attorney General, she worked to stop the trafficking of deadly drugs and reduce the tragedy of fentanyl overdoses deaths, which have destroyed many families in our country. She did such an incredible job that I asked her to serve as our Opioid and Drug Abuse Commission. During my first term, we saved many lives. Again, he goes on to say she's smart and tough and is America First fighter who will do a terrific job as Attorney General. Again, Pam Bondi from Florida, the next nominee for President-elect Trump, who obviously saw today that Matt Gaetz pulled his name from nomination as the votes were not there on Capitol Hill.
Is this just a confirmation that would essentially sail through, Scott, or not?
Well, I don't think you could consider anybody, just they're going to sail without any kind of real process. She's going to have to go through a process like everybody else. But I can tell you, this is a massive upgrade. I've talked to a couple people up on the Hill already. There's a sigh of relief that now we have somebody here, two-term AG, strong record on drug enforcement and opioid issues, a total hawk on immigration, politically supportive of Trump, obviously. I don't know a Republican in the country who doesn't love Pam Bondi. So you were starting with Gaetz, a nominee who was underwater significantly to start and was going to always be hard to get to the surface. With Bondi, I do think you're starting above water, and as long as she performs in her hearings, and look, this is somebody who's been through 2 elections in a really big state, and so a lot of public vetting of her has gone on already. So I think this is a great move by Trump to be pragmatic and tell Gaetz to get out, and a really good move to go with Bondi. This is not a shaky limb. This is a sturdy branch he's going with for AG here.
Well, you can't question her.
Yeah, 2-term AG, strong track record. I didn't really know who she was. I just knew. I looked her up.
Familiar, bro.
I just looked her up and saw that she was the Attorney General of Florida. That's all I knew about her.
I
didn't
felt
know
like we seen
anything
her
else.
speak somewhere, bro. But maybe I'm tripping. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like this is my first time seeing her.
Maybe she was at one of those events we went to.
You can't question her credibility at all, man. She won Attorney General in Florida twice.
Yeah, and the fact that she comes with, no disrespect to Matt Gaetz, she comes with less distraction and less dirt and skeletons in the closet. I think it's a better pick. Yeah. Personally, I can't sit here and say it's a bad pick based on not knowing who she is, because I didn't know who J.D. Vance was, and I think he ended up being a good pick. So I guess
let's see.
We'll just have to trust what we voted for.
Well, I was a prosecutor. I was a homicide prosecutor for 18 years. I was Florida's first female Attorney General, and I was... And I was special advisor to Donald Trump, Office of White House Counsel, but most importantly, I'm his friend.
Okay, friend.
And I was in that White House, and we all know he surrounded himself with a lot of brilliant women. How many women here tonight support Donald Trump? And backstage, look at these beautiful women sitting behind me. Sorry, guys, in the front row. Donald Trump, that was the greatest gift Mark Cuban could give Donald Trump, I think, by saying something so ignorant and stupid. So I have a message for Mark Cuban. From all of us here tonight, underestimate us. This is going to be fun.
These criminals made one very big mistake. They wound up in Polk County. And I'll tell you, it's bad enough in one thing to profit from poisoning others, but it's another when you bring drugs from Mexico into our country, California, Texas, Georgia, and end up in our state and do it with impunity. Because when you're in this country illegally, and you're doing things illegally, I want to tell you, and you wind up in Polk County, Grady Judd is going to find you, the DEA is going to help them, and my statewide prosecutors are going to lock you up for as long as we can.
And we're going to enjoy it.
Florida.
And each of these defendants are looking at 30 years in Florida State Prison for conspiracy to traffic drugs.
Chief Justice,
Senators,
Senators, you heard our answer regarding that yesterday, but it is very interesting that he said he never spoke to his son about overseas dealings. His son said different things. Joe Biden was the point man for Ukraine, investigating, at the time, Ukrainians were a corrupt company, Burisma, and Zlochevsky, its owner, an oligarch who, by all media accounts we've discussed, was extremely corrupt. Hunter Biden is paid $83,000 a month to sit on that board with no experience in energy, no experience in the Ukraine, doesn't speak the language, and we clearly know that he had a very fancy job description, and he did none of those things. He attended 1 or 2 board meetings, one in Monaco, and then he went on a fishing trip with Joe Biden's family in Norway. The entire time, Joe Biden knows Hunter Biden stays on that board for 3 years. 3 years.
Oh, she passing.
Then we hear the video of Joe Biden bragging about firing the prosecutor, linking it to aid. Then we have the 6-minute phone call.
Oh, shit.
I didn't know
She
it was
be
this
grilling,
bad.
she grilling people.
I know.
Hey.
From the first initial highlight tape we got from both of them, she is grilling bad on here. Matt was grilling, but she is grilling.
You can't say that Trump's sexist. Now you got a female
Yeah, I
chief
was
of
thinking about
staff
that.
and a female AG of the country.
I didn't want to
Yeah.
say it.
All the
No, yeah, I was thinking about
all
that
the
too.
sexist misogyny claims about Trump down the drain.
Yeah,
Gone.
but you know what
it's
they're
a
going
good
to say
look.
now? You know what they're going to say now?
What are they gonna say? He's
It's
racist.
no black people.
See, but
They always
that's
gonna say
like
that.
a last Hail Mary.
They're going to throw that, bro.
I didn't want to say it because then
You didn't see the video of Byron?
they might
Well,
be
there's not
feeling
many
like,
black Republicans.
No, I'm talking about saying that she got
a
this
few.
because she's a woman,
many.
you know, because that'll make it seem like she got the job off DEI. But
You can't say she's not DEI because she's a 2-time Attorney General of Florida and she's got a strong track record. So that makes her more qualified than anything.
yeah.
You're one of the most strong Republican states, 2-time elected AG, and you're viewed favorably with a strong
And the
track
first
record.
female.
Yeah, and you're a female. I mean, come on now.
If any of that she said, I'm assuming it's true about Joe Biden. That shit is insane. Not Joe Biden, Hunter Biden.
Well,
I
that's
ain't
connected
anything
to
about
Joe.
Hunter, true.
That if Hunter
See, but-
Biden was on a board and then we're sending money to Ukraine, that goes hand in hand.
She said he was on a Ukraine board.
Yeah, he was. They were.
That's smart.
They've been saying that they've been making money from Ukraine and putting the money through checks through Hunter Biden's business. They've been saying that for a while now, the whole year, really, the whole
That Pentagon
investigation.
bread going.
That anyone would do at any leadership level at DOJ, let alone the top post of Attorney General of the United States. The contrast to Ms. Bondi is she does have that kind of experience, much more traditional than what you would see in a top DOJ post, because she was the top law enforcement official in the state of Florida, and she has over 15 years experience in that role and other roles as a prosecutor. If you remember Kamala Harris running for president and talking about being a prosecutor at the state level, this is that kind of job. And so in that experience, it is much more of a traditional role, something that the Senate Judiciary Committee and others who vet these kind of nominees would see as a positive, as experience.
All right, I completely agree. And quite frankly, my thought is that after Gates dropped out, it would be essentially somebody from Trump's legal team. It would be like a Jay Sekulow or somebody like that. I assume that's where he would get these people from. Unlike William Barr, even going back to when we were all kids and like Janet Reno, right? Occasionally attorney generals try to behave like they are not the personal lawyer of the president of the United States. That is completely out the window. Pam Bondi is exactly what I was saying in the last segment that we should all fear, because she's competent. We may not agree with her ideologically,
Well, I
but
think
she
fear in a
actually
good
knows
way.
how to do this job. So if anyone on the Democratic side or anyone who cared about liberty or justice was thinking, well, maybe Matt Gaetz will screw this up and that'll give us some time. No, Pam Bondi knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing about immigration. Remember, Florida is one of those states that's been very aggressive about migrants and deportation and moving people to different states and everything else like that. Florida has enacted all sorts of rules and laws to curtail students and what they can do on campuses and finding legal justifications for manipulating education money. She is a dangerous and effective pick, and that's frankly worse than what we would have got with Matt Gaetz, even with the deplorable moral background that he has.
Yeah, and I want to discuss that with a little more depth with both of you, including her record on civil rights, LGBTQ rights, and other issues that are front and center at the DOJ, and which we know were also big campaign issues this cycle. So
will come out. But again, I just think the fact that the Gates nomination was literally a shot across the bow, so unorthodox. everything looks kind of normal
Why do they
after
always
that.
look
I mean,
ridiculous?
that's sort of the danger of a nomination like that. It really does have a normalization effect. In other years, in other administrations, someone like Pam Bondi would have raised a lot of eyebrows, would have raised a lot of questions on Capitol Hill and at the Senate. Now,
What can a
hard to
nigga
say
do?
given how
Nothing.
completely unorthodox and what the alternative might have been. And, with the prospect of recess appointments being looming out here, like something the president might call on the Senate to do to absolutely abdicate its advice and consent role, I think that's a real fear that she looks plausible. And if we don't go along with it, we might have our entire role completely stripped from us at the behest of the president. And so, again, I think these are not normal times. This is not a normal situation.
You're going to jail. That's what's basically what's
So like, what's she supposed to do?
I mean, at this point, basically what I'm gathering from what they say, they can't talk shit on her. She's a great pick.
Yeah,
She's
they
a
really
woman.
can't. Yeah.
She's a strong candidate.
Yeah.
And based on her track record, they are concerned. I
He
mean,
said he don't agree with her, but hey,
she's
effective.
Yeah, he said, look,
He
she's
sounded like
dangerous.
he
She's
was at
effective.
first.
Look, all he did that whole time was say why she's a great pick. And then as a Democrat, he said, well, I don't agree with it. But she's this, and this, and this. And you can't say nothing about it.
He basically was
facts.
saying,
You have to respect
y'all in
it.
trouble.
He
The
said-
Democrats, we in trouble.
Yeah.
Based on everything that they're trying to run on, she has a strong background standing on business behind that.
It's a good pick.
We should be
It's a great
concerned.
pick.
This is my first introduction information.
Shout
to her
out
at all.
Pam.
Yeah.
Pam, they gonna try to call you
Pam ain't
racist,
going for
Pam.
no bullshit.
So
ain't no racist, Pam.
now in Trump's administration, you have a woman, Tulsi, director of national intelligence, woman chief of staff, a woman on the head of education, and now a woman AG. Where are the misogynist and sexist claims at now, America? Where they at now, Democratic Party? Because they said America didn't vote for Kamala because they sexist and misogynist, and we just voted for a guy that put 4 women in cabinet positions.
You forgot one.
This position.
He didn't come
Tulsi
from-
Gabbard is not white. She's a woman of color.
With some
Vivek
people,
Ramaswamy is not white.
with some people, they not black.
Marco Rubio is also not white.
Man, we talking to the common sense folk now.
Yeah.
This is a great pick. She not going for no bullshit, basically. And it seems like everybody pretty much finna be scared.
And they wanted female representation. We got it. Hey, everybody wins.
Well, she's a woman, and hey.
You know what they're gonna bring up, bro? I just know what they're gonna bring up, bro. They're gonna do it every time.
Man,
It don't matter.
They
gonna
gonna do
keep
that
bringing it
either
up.
way, man. Look who on this panel. What the hell she got on crystals? What is that, bro?
It look like she got bones on her neck.
She looks like Vector from
Like Horton Hears a Who people.
And of course, she on there with the witch. Why did she got this? She got a crow outfit on. Yeah, no. What's the thing?
Scarecrow.
Hey, bro, nah.
So like,
Seems like a good pick.
I definitely am more excited for Trump's administration. I liked Matt Gaetz. Obviously, he had some skeletons in his closet, and the
That one false to
investigation
me.
and all that stuff that he had going on was a little questionable for me. I won't lie. It was. I still think he would have been a good pick based on who
I
he
wouldn't even
was.
say that because he got
But-
proved innocent.
No,
but-
yeah, he wasn't here on that though.
Oh.
Did he get proved innocent?
Yeah, Megyn
Yeah.
Kelly kind of brought up like it was. This,
Oh yeah. No, we did see that where she said the
you saw
person that
Yeah,
accused
he
him was
was.
deemed uncredible.
Yeah,
I saw
Because they
that.
did
Yeah,
it before. So
Yeah, no, I saw that, but
But
still,
it gives them less ammo to talk about.
yeah, no,
Right.
just the fact that you have allegations like that, people in the
But
left
it was-
are going to continue to
okay.
run and use it. When the left, when you're alleged of doing something, in their eyes, you're guilty. And I was getting sick and tired of hearing that shit. But now you have clean record, strong background, qualified, no bullshit, and a woman. All pluses. I mean, I'm not saying that the fact that she's a woman would have made her bad. I'm just saying
No, that's a plus.
No, we
that's
know.
a
We know.
plus.
Yeah, you ain't
She's
gotta
a strong
explain that to
I
candidate.
us.
agree with that.
Yeah.
She's a strong candidate.
Let us know what y'all think in the comments, guys, about this pick.